What the heck is that?
How did they make it?
So precious and so delicate that I don't really want to handle it.
Museums of Scotland were getting quite excited.
That was just really special.
Yeah.
Sorry. Today we have some objects to show you. When we were working on Bollocoy, we found some really interesting artefacts, effectively. So what we decided to do today is show you our top 10 favourites.
But what we've kind of done is we've done it in a bit of secret from each other, haven't we? So we've had a box and we've gone around the house and we've taken each 5 of the top 10. We hope you'll enjoy seeing a few of the artefacts from Bollocoy, really.
So what's your number 5? Mm-hmm.
No peeking.
I have no idea what's coming out here.
So number 5 for me is the Ingrain Rug carpet, Scottish rug, various different names for it. We found this under 3 different layers of linoleums and oilcloths, and this was just a dirty brown kind of bit of fabric. That...
Oh, it was like a muddy mat.
Yeah, literally.
There was no colour or pattern there.
No.
It was just mud.
So we kind of saved, I'll open it up so you can see, we saved the best bit really of it, didn't we? And we just hand washed it. It kept going, didn't it, for washing?
We had no idea there was even a pattern.
No, you couldn't see a pattern on it.
It was like a butterfly emerging from
it was incredible. So we kind of did a bit of digging around it, and we discovered that it was this ingrain rug. The reason it's called an ingrain was because the fabrics were pre-dyed before the weaving of it took place. We didn't really know much, but we just put a post up about it, really, didn't we?
Yeah.
And suddenly the Museums of Scotland were getting quite excited because it's a pattern that's not recorded anywhere. They
were saying these were cottage industry, and what we have been told so far is that it was made on a domestic loom because it's a yard wide, so a 3 feet wide loom was the standard.
Yeah.
These rugs were made from 1750 to 1850.
1850 or thereabouts.
So given that it was under Victorian oilcloth on the floor, then it's got to be early Victorian or before.
Predate it.
So it's got to predate it, yes. So I'm surprised it's only your number 5. I love it.
The trouble is, in this house, there's 100 number 1s, and this is so different and so unique and so special to the house. We love it.
I wanted it on my list, and I couldn't find it.
That's because I'd already hidden it in my box. Got you.
Here's my number 5, and it's not going to...
I was looking for that.
Fair enough. That's us quits then. What it is a Victorian ladies' morning colours, morning shawl.
Yeah.
What I love about it, now we found a lot of ladies' clothing, and we found underwear that had been untouched by
we hope it had been untouched.
Be careful. It hadn't had moth eaten, it hadn't got stains on it. We had a whole lot of lovely things. Why is this more special than those? I love the fact that it has all of this detail. You can see the hand stitches, stitching the lace on, and you can always imagine someone stitching this. The embroidery, black on black.
Oh, can you imagine?
It's belonged to someone in mourning, and it puts me personally in touch with the photographs that we've got of elderly ladies, probably my own age to be fair, wearing these big black shawls.
Yeah. Once you went into mourning, you might add a little bit of purple, but there was a kind of etiquette. Once you were a widow, you were in black.
Very Queen Victoria.
The country kind of took on her grief with her, and then it almost became a bit of a fashion as well in the process.
It seems strange because with such high infant mortality and things like that in the period, they wouldn't be strangers to death. And we've learned through a lot of the artefacts that we've found that, sad as it was, infant mortality or child mortality was just another step in the journey of life.
I love this. that you've got on
Oh, it's got a little
sort
bit
of the jet
beading all round it.
Yeah.
Yes.
To me, with this and everything that's on it, it's in, I would have said about 1880.
What makes me think that it's actually been embroidered by hand is the irregular stitches.
Yeah, and there is quite a few.
And the fact that there's a hole here and they've darned it.
But isn't that more beautiful?
Yes, that it's been
treasure,
mended.
you know, that you didn't just throw things away. I'm going to go with this.
Oh, yes. That's one of the first things that we looked at when we got in the house and went, what the heck is that?
Yeah. So we found this in the sort of the Ben end, the posh end of the house. And it was only when we sort of wiped it clean that we could see it's got all these incredible things. So if you think of like a ship in a bottle, it's the equivalent, but we've got the crucifix.
It's all wooden carvings.
All wooden carvings. So we've got a crucifix going across. We've got like the ship's compass coming down here. We've got the ear of corn on this side, and we've got the Scottish thistle on this side. We've got these beautiful little beads that are set into it, and it's actually on a cross, so it doesn't
stand
sort
it
of
up in the
fall
bottom.
to one side or other. So,
what do we think it is?
Well, I have my own theories, but obviously we know that some of the Fay family were sort of seamen. If we're kind of going on the date of the bottle, I would have. It's a mass-produced bottle. It could be, I suppose, 1910. Could be, yeah. How did they make it? I know, like with the ships, they make sense because it slides in the top, and then all the sails get pulled on cotton, and they kind of lift up.
How did that get in there?
But that...
It's a solid wooden cross.
Yeah.
The symbolism does indicate Scotland, agricultural life, nautical life, and Christianity. That's the kind of symbolism in there. In a liquid, whatever that liquid is. We know we have family. John and Robina's two sons both went to sea. It's maybe been done by one of the sons, possibly William in the Royal Navy. We'll never know.
No.
But the thing is, it's so unusual. And we have had visitors this summer. We had someone went, you've got one of these. And we went, oh, really? Have you ever seen something like this before? Because we haven't found anybody. That's the first person we found who's ever seen anything like this before in their lives.
Okay.
Ready for my number 4?
Yes.
I'm going to need a crane to lift this, so bear with me. Oh, here it comes. Right, no, you'll hear it first.
Oh, gosh, yes.
This is the Harbour Master's Journal.
Yep.
And it's one of my favourite things. And it had been rescued by a friend of my father-in-law's, and who gave it to him for safekeeping. He never told us his whole life that he had it.
Yeah.
But when he passed away, we found it, and we feel a duty to preserve it. The reason I adore it is because it's a journal about the whole social history of Sandy.
Oh, yeah.
From one document, you have evidence about the whole change over 100 years. It starts, something to do with the Harbours Act of 1887. So that's when they started journaling. And what it is a journal of every single ship, boat, whatever, that came into Kettletoft Harbour. What day it came, what time it arrived, when it departed, what it was carrying. Let's go to the very first entry. Is May the 23rd, 1889. Right, the cargo is hay, 1 ton 5. What is 1 point?
CWTs.
What? I don't know.
We'll Google it and let you know.
We've got hay going out, we've got grain going out, we've got coal coming in, we've got masses of kelp going out, slates, 1,400 slates, Bolloquoy.
That's it. So that's lovely because we know, I mean, we don't know when they actually then got around to doing the roof, but we know that the slates
that's
were
when
there.
the slates came in for Bolloquoy. This later on is rebuilding Britain after the war, and most of the export on this page is shell sand, which presumably was used to make glass. That's my number 4.
Stunning.
Simply because it says so much about the history of Sandy in one book.
Yeah. This one.
Oh yes, I knew you would have that one
I know.
high on your list.
I love this. Okay, so this Mochaware jug I found in the cupboard in the front porch, and it was jet black. There was a lot of cobwebs on it, and it was brimming to the top with nuts and bolts and everything. And if I'm totally honest, had by not spooky coincidence, the day before I'd been watching Nicola White, who's a mudlarker on YouTube, and she'd found a piece of this pattern, which it's called the earthworm pattern, and it's sometimes known as wormware. And I kind of wiped it and thought, that's what she found the day before.
Spooky, eh?
It was really weird. So it kind of dates in the timeline to Bolloquoy, probably about 1780, something like that. You've got this kind of like slipware trail.
See how they've made it with their finger and slip?
Yeah.
It's quite modern. I mean, it would say 1930s, 40s.
That's what I mean, as in it doesn't look anything. You wouldn't think it would hold that date to it because it's got quite a modern kind of design. You think of kind of Cornish ware with the blue and white and stuff.
How did that survive from the late 1700s? I mean, it's a piece of china, for goodness sake.
I know.
And we found it full of tractor bolts.
It was full of tractor bolts. It's got this piece where the lip and the pora would have been that's come away. But you know, that's what I love about this house, and this is what we've found so many times. You know, today you break a jug, you throw it away. Then it just got downgraded and made it, but yeah, putting tractor bolts in. At the moment, we're not decide whether to have it repaired or to embrace its history. It's kind of still a discussion. Yeah. But we're going to put it back, pride of place. We're not going to stuff it away in the cupboard, are we?
No. I think it's one of the earliest, one of the earliest things, possibly consistent dates with that carpet.
But kind of then going into it, I've gone down this whole wormhole with Mochaware now, and I love, there's one that's like a seaweed design, and there's one that's a checkerboard, and I want one myself now. So that's my
Good
number
choice.
3.
My number 3 is in here. This is one of the so this is one of the folders we've started to put the archive documents away in. I'm going to move my cup again. I'm
intrigued.
I'm still looking
intrigued because there's so many things in here.
So many amazing documents in here. We've got letters going back to the mid-1700s from family around the place. It's this one here. I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, right?
Yep.
Kirkwall, November the 9th, 1771. I, Dr. Robert Grote, one of His Majesty's Justices of the Peace in the county of Orkney, do hereby order you, John Fay, in Setter, in the island of Sandy, and one of the constables for the peace in the said island, to apprehend the person of Jean Cock, the daughter of James Cock, a tenant of Howe, that's our farm, in Cross Parish in Sandy, and oblige her to go home to her service to James Scott in Broch in Sandy, who hired her for a servant against this ensuing term of Martimas, or on her refusal to bring her in a prisoner to Kirkwall before me, or any one of the Justices of the Peace for Orkney, to be punished according to law, and for doing this shall be your warrant, Robert Grote JP, to John Fay, Constable in Sandy. I find that letter really very emotional in a way, as a woman, I suppose. I mean, we know that she was a teenage girl. Yeah. And why would a teenage girl, well, the fact that she had to work, for starters, in our time and culture is very different. But the fact that she ran away from a master.
Nobody's ever going to ask her why.
Why? or resolve any
No.
reasons for it. And the fact is, you either work for this guy or you go to jail.
Yeah.
And he had to go and apprehend her. And I just find the whole undertones of this really very sinister and sad.
You know, what option?
What option did she? Had no choice.
She's got no choice. So it's like, you know, now, you know, even if you're just in a job and you don't like it or you don't like your boss, you leave.
Yeah.
You go away. Here, you're going to get arrested. And if you don't go back to the person that we don't really want to think about what he was doing, then you're going to go to prison. And that's your option in life.
It really brings home how very different life was 250 years ago here, and how particularly different the lives of young women, or all women was then. And I find it really emotional.
Number 2.
Oh, we're getting close.
We are. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this, I'm just going to take the dome off it so we can have a proper look. So this little geisha girl, she's a chalk figure, and we found it in the bottom of a cutlery drawer.
We did, that's right.
And
do we chuck this out? I couldn't believe you were so obsessed with it.
Well, the reason being is it was just covered, because it's like a chalk, plaster sort of chalk, it had gone like fusty, and it had all furred up, and all where these paper clothes are was covered in fur, and it didn't look very pretty. So I fell in love with it, and I took it home and I used bread to clean the paper, and underneath this little tiny face came up. You would give these to people to be in the home, and you looked after it, and they then looked after you.
Oh,
so it was a bit
really?
like a good luck kind of charm. And it's so amazing. It's so tiny. The fact that all this little paper is still on it.
Decoration is hand painted.
Yeah. This is something, because of it being probably again from around sort of 1915.
Yes.
That it came back with William. The important thing with this is we don't leave it in a cutlery drawer anymore.
We put it in a little dome.
Put it out on display, because then it's got pride of place and it's looking after the house, and it's not stuffed away in a drawer.
Just a little thing amongst many other little things on the shelf.
It's probably worth pennies, but I just love it.
It makes you pause and think, what is it and how did that get here?
Yeah.
I love
all
it.
the way to a little island like Sandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 is a recent arrival in the house.
I know what it is.
I bet you know what it is. So
that's only because I couldn't get hold of it, because you were keeping it.
It was at home. I wasn't letting you anywhere near it, boy. When Bill Drever came and visited a few weeks ago, he was the last baby born in this house, effectively.
Yeah, he was.
And he grew up here. And when he was looking around the house, he went into the parlour and he said, "Did you ever find portraits of my great-great-grandparents, John and Robina Fay?" Now, John and Robina Fay are the couple and family that we base the house around, because most of the possessions here were theirs.
Yeah.
And we said, no, we never found portraits of them. So off he went and he did some exploring, and he contacted me a few days later and he said, "I found them." But then in the next sentence he said, "And we'd like them to come back to Bollicoy."
Oh, no.
And that was just really special.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's true. It
was incredibly special. So I'm going to just handle them quite carefully, because these are the portraits of John.
It's amazing.
Isn't he a smart, handsome man?
I think the reason sort of that for both of us it's really quite emotional is the fact that we've spent 2 years in effect working for this family to bring their story back to life.
Intimately.
We've handled their clothes,
and we've never
touched
seen
their
them.
artefacts, their collar studs, their jewellery.
Yeah.
And to suddenly have their eyes
These
looking
real
at
people.
you. It's just beautiful. Yes.
There's Robina. She's quite a severe looking woman, if I'm honest.
But that's not her fault.
Is that how you posed then?
You didn't smile because you were waiting so long. And if, as I think you're going on to say, but if this is photographic,
yeah,
you're going to be waiting for so long that it wasn't. They were all miserable.
That's
Can you imagine
true.
being that fixed grimace?
That's true.
So
well, there's John and Robina. Do you
Here we
hold
go.
one
Let
up?
me
I'll
have
hold the
that.
other up and everyone can have a look at them.
There we
But
go.
we'll see them better once they
Yeah.
are restored.
Perhaps not what you expect, but this is my number one
Oh, it's a little thing.
because it's so personal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Annie's charm bracelet.
Okay.
The intimacy of a charm bracelet, something that this person has worn, they've touched, you know, a bit like your morning kind of shawl. So we've got kind of the king queen twice on there. We've got the little tiny silver teapot, which is beautiful. We've got this, which I think is actually I think it's probably off a fob watch,
right?
That's been added to this little tiny square ball. Then this, which we just don't know whose the lock of hair is.
There's a lock of hair and a portrait.
A tiny, tiny portrait. Is it one of her friends to carry around somebody's lock of hair with the little portrait?
Very precious to.
Very, very precious. And then this, it's this tiny little blue enamelled book, and when you open it, it's all photographs of Peebles.
Why is it your number one in the whole house?
So I think because so many things that are in the house, although they're beautiful, they are things that you could go out and buy. You can't buy somebody's love and cherished memories. For me, if this place was burning down, this is what I'd be running in to save, because I just think it's so emotive, it's so special. I love Annie and I would treasure this forever.
Annie was the eldest daughter of John and Robina, whom we based the house around.
Yeah.
They had 5 surviving children, and Annie was the eldest. And we understand she was named after Robina's best friend, who was also a maid in the same house where she was a maid, and her name was Annie Alexander, and so they named their first child Annie. So this is very precious, and it's an album, but it's not any old album. It's an album of scraps. Now, I remember as a child, maybe 3, 4, it's one of my earliest memories, sitting at the kitchen table, putting scraps into a scrapbook.
Yeah.
We had glue, and it was an orangey colour and smelled lovely. It was probably doing things to my brain.
Cow glue.
No, it was anyway.
Glue glue.
But they used flour and water to make a sticky paste to stick these in. And they're not just commercial scraps. Some of them are.
Yeah.
But some of them are things that she's cut out of Christmas cards.
Yeah.
She's cut pictures out of magazines. She's even cut some labels off of jars and things. And I like the fact that some of the creatures, now it's very delicate.
Yeah.
And I've actually applied to go on the repair shop to get it repaired, but they'll never take me.
But we have actually got in contact with 2 other people as well.
Conservators, proper conservators to get it conserved.
We are going to get this conserved because it's just too precious.
We're also talking about, aren't we, getting it copied and getting
a printed book version. So
of
people, if they're coming to stay, they can even take it home with them then, can't
Every
they?
one of these images tells a story.
Oh, it does. There's no internet, there's no television, there's no film.
No.
There's
books.
The odd book.
Books with words, mainly words.
Mainly words. So to see kind of geckos in full colour and lizards and stuff.
Bearded dragons. And birds with beautiful colours.
Yeah.
Crocodiles. They must have been completely alien to a little girl living on a farm in Sandy. But my favourite bit of it, and this is really sweet, we all know now that Annie Faye died in her 20s. So this inscription in the back. Let me read this. It says, "This album from her mother on the return of her birthday after a serious illness. The scraps from several intimate friends on the same occasion. 26th of February 1881. Annie A. Fay, 5 years old." So she was given this for her 5th birthday by her mum.
It is
That
beautiful.
is so precious and so delicate that I don't really want to handle it very much.
No.
But that's why I'd like to get it copied, because I think it says a lot about its time.
And at the moment, it's not safe.
It's not stable at the moment.
So we will get it done.
So
and
that's...
We'll show you when it's done at some point.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to finding the right person to do it for us. But that's my absolute #1, unequivocal.
Wonderful.
It connects me to Annie.
Yeah. I think that I agree. I think that would be
10.
another one. Yeah, I think they're all really good choices.
What hits me is all of these things belonged to the same family.
Yeah.
When you come here, you're in a house that tells the story of everyday farming folk.
Yeah.
As the saying goes.
There's possibly, even at the time, very little intrinsic value. You know, the jewellery.
Nothing is worth... I've seen mourning brooches. Someone showed me a mourning brooch that, for example, that was a lot more valuable.
Yeah.
This is cheap.
But
in
the difference is, it didn't stop them loving it.
They valued it.
And treasuring it.
They looked after it.
Yeah.
They kept it. And here we are, sometimes, in some cases, 200 years later, and it's still as good as the day it was made. That's a lesson to us all. It really is.
It is, definitely. So that's it. That's our top 10.
That's our top 10. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, we really appreciate all your support. Don't forget to subscribe and let us know in the comments below what would be your favourite item. What would be the one thing you'd really like to keep?
Yeah, what's your #1? Give us a comment. Yeah. What's your #1?
We want to know your #1. Put it down below.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Jackie.
Hi, I'm Dave. Thanks so much for watching the video. We're hopefully putting something out for content every 3 weeks, so don't forget to subscribe and you'll get the notifications.
And if you'd like, you can come and stay with us for a week and really immerse yourself in Victorian life, or you can even come and visit us for a tour and an afternoon tea. See you soon.
Bye-bye.